Friday, February 7th, 2025, and I stayed here at the Kiko campsite. This is the town of Kiko, K-I-C-C-O, all capital letters. I have not researched it to know what that means exactly, but it's just a open, you drive in, there's a road from over there. And just an open place to camp. There's people here in homemade campers. And over there's, I think, an old bread truck. And then there's a bunch more. There's a river access with the canoe launch, so it's free. You just gotta have a reservation through the Southwest Florida district or whatever, but no amenities, no electricity, none of that. So, I'm a little over 9 miles from River Ranch. It's like a rodeo cowboy resort. The other two hikers, they have a booking for a room for 2 nights. But I kind of looked at it for the tent site. I'm going to do the tent site. And it's just $10 more if I went ahead and went in there tonight. So, I don't know, that's my dilemma. I want to camp out on the trail again or go into the resort and get a shower. But then if I go tonight, that'll be another meal in the restaurant. So, I don't know. I'll probably end up camping and then going, but I gotta verify that they'll waive the resort fees, because if they add resort fees, it's gonna be as much as the cost to stay there. So then I'll just bounce. So we'll see how this is gonna play out. But either way, some restaurant food in the future. I'm about out of backpacker food, so I'm gonna have to resupply there. I finally about ate my food, and if I stay one more night on the trail, I will probably eat all my food. So I don't know. We'll just see how the day goes. So, slight change in plans. I was going to the Long Hammock, I think. I believe that was the name of it, campsite. To meet up with the other hikers. I stopped here to take a break and headed this way. And I came up that way. Just been following this road for several miles. I was on the phone with my wife, speakerphone. I talked to her for over 3 hours. So pretty much all the hiking today I've been talking to her. But I got this text that the other 2 hikers pushed on to the resort. And like I said earlier, I think it was going to be like extra $10 if I stayed the night, you know, the totals. It's like $10 more. So I'm going to go ahead and push on and get there tonight. And take 2 zeros, a double zero, so that'll be my 4th day off the trail. Go ahead and let my pinky toes, where they're getting tender, kind of heal back up a little, hopefully. And yeah, that's the plan. So it's almost 1 o'clock. I've been standing in this spot for like 45 minutes under the shade tree, because the road for the few miles till I got here was just open road and open field. And deathly quiet, like nothing, no birds, nothing. But yeah, that's the plan, going on to the River Cowboy Ranch, and we'll go see what that place is all about. They have a rodeo on Saturday nights, but I'm sure it's extra. I doubt it's included with lodging, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Check the place out anyway. This is a Long Hammock campsite. The sign for it's right over there. Not a bad spot. I don't think there's any water around here, but this is where I would have been staying. But I'm just going to do the 2 miles and go to the River Ranch and take a double zero. So it's 1:30 now. I could push it to be there at 2, but think they said check-in was like 3 o'clock, so 2 o'clock would be good. Cow patties all over the place, but I haven't seen any cow. This has been kind of weaving across that road. The trail has. I thought the trail would be more shaded. I considered taking the road, but it's all in the sun. But even though the trail goes through the woods, there's still a lot of sunny spots. Oh well. It is what it is. Oh, it's hot today. My shamag over my head's done dried out. There's no water to keep it cool. It's amazing how much sweat I can conserve. This thing here is what I'm talking about. When it's wet, I don't sweat much. Typically because it's evaporating, doing the sweat part for me. That's how I keep from getting severely dehydrated with no more water than I drink. I mean, I try to drink enough, but it's hard. Especially when all your water's brown and coming out of a nasty river or something. I started out with a quart of water. I drank a quart before I left camp. I got about a half a quart left, so I did 8 miles on a half a quart of water. And I just didn't want to carry 4 pounds of water out of camp. But I should probably stop, finish off what I'm carrying now, because there'll be plenty of stuff to drink at the resort. So, suppose I'll do that now that I'm thinking about it. There's an owl in that nest. He's good and all shy now. Just talked to the camp post and just walked right by his camper. He come checked for a permit last night at the campground. Oop. So parking area here for no golf carts or AT for Kiko. Must be a big spot. I'm gonna have to check it out. Alright, so we're like 0.7 from the resort. And it's 2:05. So I should be there by 2:30, right on time. Blazes are so confusing because that indicates a turn. But then there's a blaze there that shows it goes down the road. If it wasn't for the GPS map, I wouldn't know where I was at most of the time. nice to get checked in out of these hiking shoes, into my Crocs, go take a nice shower, and find something cold to drink. Probably going to find some sweet tea. Normally find a soda, but I think I'll serve the soda for like the day I'm leaving or something. I tend to drink several sodas when I get into town or something, and then I can't sleep because of all the caffeine. So. But we'll see how it goes when we get there. So that guy there on the golf cart, he's from the Westgate Resort, which is where I'm going. He's going to take that guy through the loop and then stop back on the way and pick me up, so I don't have to walk the last 0.7 miles. So that's awesome. So I'm done walking for the day, right here. And then we'll go get checked in and find our campsite. So I made it here to the resort. Got RV sites over here. Platform tent camping over there. And everything in the middle, best I can tell, is just primitive tent camping. Got some other people setting tents up over there. But I spy an uncovered outlet box over here. So I don't have to go far to charge. So that's awesome. But this is it for the next Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. A little shaded spot over here. Though it won't be shaded in the morning, I don't think, but we'll find out. But that's it for today. So it's Monday, February 10th, 2025, and about to leave out of the river ranch here. Got all my stuff almost packed up. Got my battery bank over there on charge, so as soon as it gets done. Got up about 6:30. It's 9 o'clock now. My battery bank's 3/4 away. I'll probably give it to like 9:30. It's not going to be full, but I got 15 miles is the goal today. So can't wait around here at lunchtime on the battery bank. I almost need a little solar panel charger out here on the Florida Trail, all this abundant sun. Had an interesting weekend here at the River Ranch. This tree had a bunch of people that brought tents in, car campers, and had kids bouncing off my tent like it was a trampoline and all kind of fun stuff. But it is what it is. You come to something like this, you just got to expect craziness. But anyway, yeah, time to get back on the trail and make our way north. I went to head out. Saw these 3 sandhill cranes hanging out over here. My wife loves these birds. They were here Friday, but then they all left over the weekend with all these people. They're like, what? What are you gonna do? What's going on? Well, y'all enjoy your peace and quiet for a week. I keep looking up in the tree like they're looking for something. Alright, got a nice heavy pack and a resupply of mostly snacks from this place. They don't have any backpacker food really, but they're not here to cater to backpackers, so. All these are platform tents. Had a big group of Boy Scouts here, so. I was walking the road and I noticed on the back of that signpost a double blaze. So I got out the guide and saw the trail goes over this. You could not see these blazes here from over there on the road. But I'm going over this fence. This rickety old wooden contraption here. And then we're going to walk that tilled up, but it looks like enough people have walked on it that there's a flat spot, packed down spot. It's not just this old soft stuff. There's kind of a little trail going along here. So must be planning some prescribed burns in this area in the near future. All these new fire breaks are cutting. A mile into my day. I hadn't made it too far yet. Yeah, it wasn't packed down very far. I don't know what happened. Everybody decided to turn around and go back. I know I'm about to step over here and just walk on this stuff. Been a nice morning so far. I don't know what the temperature's supposed to be today. I'm sure in the 80s. About 12, 1 o'clock it should be nice and warm. And then I think we'll be in the woods for a few miles and then back on the road. A lot of road walking coming up. The other two hikers I'm hiking with talking about skipping part of the road walk up toward Titusville, but we'll see. I'm close enough to Ocala now. I know I'll go through Ocala before I run out of time. Hope to make it much further than that. I still have a month and a half, so but we'll see. Looks like I'm about to run out of shoulder up here. I'll be back on the sandy stuff. Looks like we have a cow here. It didn't make it. I could smell an aroma. And then I look over and I see where the aroma's coming from. We've been here for a few days. Looks like a cow jaw right there. Ew. And keep in mind this is by a swampy water source. So if you was to get water from down around the bend, you'd never know this was up here. Oh well. Don't know what happened to the cow. But if you ever wanted a cow skull with big horns for your walls, there's one right there. I've often wondered with all these cows and these big fields. How the cow farmer keeps up with them, you know? Or if they just automatically factor they're going to lose some and never know what happened to them. At least we get a fairly shaded walk at the moment. There's a cow, but it's not dead. Luckily I have not ran into any aggressive cows. The one bull I ran into was laying in the dirt. I'm not sure why all this is built up like this. Probably a road back in the day. We built it up so it wouldn't be swampy. But I'm just guessing. Yeah, got a cow just chilling over there in the shade. A couple of birds hanging out with him. Uh-oh. He's getting nervous. Like, why is this person just staring at me? I don't like it. Like he's been standing there staring too long. It's getting weird. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with the cow. He's like, go on. Don't keep looking at me. Go on. Alright, dude. Calm down. So I'm almost up here to Highway 60. That ought to be fun and excitement. It's been like this now for a good mile or better. Shotgun shells all over the place. Well, it has been nice and peaceful, and it's probably about to get crazy. But hopefully this ain't too bad. Here we are, Highway 60. Ain't got much room in this little bridge section. Hugging this guardrail. Well, hopefully we'll make it next few miles on this road. Trail guide told me to take this little dirt road down to this parking area. So then we're just going to go back up the hill and over the guardrail on the road. Other than avoiding a little traffic, makes no sense. But I'm going to go ahead and take my shemagh, this thing here, and dip it in the water and get it wet because it's starting to dry out. So course, there's kind of a film on the water right here by the bank. Nasty stuff. So I'm going to try to dip it out a little bit past that. It's a lot of pollen, stuff like that. So, and then we'll climb the hill and back onto the highway. Can't tell if that's an alligator or a piece of trash. It was moving, but the wind's blowing. I think it's a piece of trash. Yeah. That's not an alligator. So the road walk along Highway 60 is over. We've made it to the Three Lakes wildlife area. So now I got straight down this road, I think, for a few miles. So it's about break time. It's almost 1 o'clock. I haven't stopped since I started. Haven't even drinking any water. I'm still hauling two quarts. I was hoping there'd be a shade tree or something. It's not sunny at the moment. The sun's behind the cloud. I was hoping there'd be a spot to take the pack off and take a break. Which, if I don't find a spot, so to speak, I'll just make one. That is the goal now. Find a break spot. A tree or something like that over there would be ideal. But it's on the other side of a barbed wire fence. Oh well, that's the way it always is. When you want a break spot, you can't find one. So I found a break spot right here on this log. I kind of tested it. It was sitting up higher, pushed down. I was like, maybe. And I sat out on it and it broke. So I ended up sitting up here closer to the edge. It held me. So I've drank a little over half a quart of water. My shirt's dried. My pack was starting to irritate me, all the sweat, so this Columbia shirt dries pretty fast, so sweat's dry on it. My shamag's pretty much dry for over my head, so I'll still get the shade out of it, just not the cooling effect. I see some water though, I'll re-wet it. But we'll be back on this sunny road here for a good mile or so, and then back through the woods. So I've got 5.5 miles to camp, and it's 15 minutes to 2, so we'll say 4:30. Should be there by 4:30, but we'll see. We'll get there before dark, so that's all that matters. But I'm about a half a mile ahead of my break spot. There's a little camping area over there. I noticed there was a pit toilet. And there's like an entrance station up there. The trail goes this way. And then here's a bench. It's broken. But had I known there was a bench, I would have just kept on going a little bit further. Oh well. At least this fire break is not super recent. It's got a fairly well packed trail. So that's a plus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. There's a couple of those in here. I'd heard about this place years ago, 3 Lakes. You can come park your camper for very cheap. Of course, there's absolutely no hookups, no amenities. But if you like just being out in the woods or whatever, good boondocking spot. So come across that grassy field there, and now we're in this burned out field here. Oh, no trees, just sign. Every time the trail heads toward trees like it is right now, I'm thinking I'll get to the shade trees eventually, but then it'll turn and go across something else open. It's 85 today. It's kind of warm. I would not be out here doing this in the 90-something degrees, that's for sure. It'll just be too hot. But that's alright. Ocala and Juniper Springs and all those, like 300 miles north. And by the time I get there, I'll be ready to go jump in that spring. At least they blaze this section. I can see the blazes on posts for a good ways. I don't know how close I am to camp. I was 2.5 miles, and it's been at least a mile, if not more, so getting pretty close. I'll be ready to get there too. Take my pack off, put on my Crocs, get out of these other shoes. Always look forward to getting to camp. So I finally made it to the trees. The shade. All that hiking in the open sounds rough. But maybe I'll get to stay in the trees for the next 1.5 miles. I doubt it, but maybe. So this is listed as a water source on Far Out. Yeah. It's water. But I wouldn't drink it. That, and I've gotten a message telling me that the water pump at the campsite is working. It just has a slight iron taste to it. So I'll definitely go for that iron taste over whatever that might taste like. I'm sure it's completely devoid of any life other than bacteria and bugs. No fish, none of that. Oh. Now one little section there in the sun. But I've made it to camp. It is 10 minutes to 4. So doing good. Here we are. Good one, him.